Shalom, brothers and sisters, and welcome back. The topic I want to pick up today with you is why watch for the rapture now? Why bother? If you had 3 signs of a heart attack, would you see a doctor? If you had 3 definite signs that you might have cancer, would you see a doctor? If you received 3 signs of a hurricane coming in your area towards where you live, would you board up your house? We're living in an age with information at our fingertips, and with things like medical conditions, natural disasters, dangers and threats, we're on top of things. We need 1 or 2 signs and then we start preparing and planning accordingly. So even at 3, you definitely start doing something, right? Well, then why, when there's more than 30 plus, way more signs, I'm just going to go through 30 odd signs, but way more than that, of the Bible pointing to the times we're living in and the imminent rapture, how are we still ignoring being prepared? Number 1, increasing instability of nature. Matthew 24 verse 7 and Luke 21:11. This is all around everywhere. We just had a bumper round of earthquakes again. The type not seen before. Big numbers, 6s and 7s. Japan, Fukushima, crazy stuff. Things that shouldn't be happening. Storms ravaging America. Floods, fires, volcanoes. Increasing lawlessness and violence. Matthew 24 verse 12. This is rampant across the planet. People are lovers of themselves. Increasing materialism. 2 Timothy 3 verse 2. Everything is about have, want, get. Increasing hedonism. 2 Timothy 3 verse 4. Increasing influence of humanism. 2 Timothy 3 verse 2. Calling evil good and good evil. 2 Timothy 3 verse 3 and Isaiah 5 verse 20. This is everywhere. It's been turned around. What's good is evil and what's evil is good. And if you speak out against it, then you're the extremist. Increasing blasphemy. 2 Timothy 3 verse 2. It's become normal. It's not even shocking anymore. Not even children of God. We accept it. Signs in the heavens. Luke 21 verse 11 and 25. This is happening all the time. In the sun, the coronal mass ejections taking place at record numbers, the moon, everything, stars, crazy signs in the heavens. Increasing knowledge. Daniel 12 verse 4. Knowledge will increase in the end times. It's increasing dangerously. Increasing travel. Daniel 12 verse 4. Never before seen in human history the way we can travel now. The explosion of cults. Matthew 24 verse 11. Everywhere, the old gods coming out of the woodwork, new ones being designed and made up, crazy things. The proliferation of false Christs. Matthew 24 verse 5. All the time and everywhere, the Jews apparently have another Messiah now. Increasing apostasy in the church. 2 Timothy 4 verse 3 to 5. Increasing persecution of Christians. Matthew 24 verse 9. Increasing occultism. 1 Timothy 4 verse 1. Wars and rumors of wars. Matthew 24 verse 6. Increasing famine. Luke 21 verse 11. I'll be doing a whole video dedicated just to this because it's become so real right now. Increasing pestilence. Luke 21:11. Television. Revelation 11 verse 8 to 9, so that everyone could see what was happening with the witnesses and celebrate and give each other gifts. Government moving towards one world government. Daniel 7:23 and 26. Biden just spoke about his new world order again. Regathering of the Jews to the land. Isaiah 11 verse 10 to 12. The re-establishment of Israel. Isaiah 66 verse 7 to 8. The reclamation of the land of Israel. Ezekiel 36 verse 34 to 35. Revival of biblical Hebrew. Zephaniah 3 verse 9 and Jeremiah 31 verse 23. The reoccupation of Jerusalem. Luke 21 verse 24. The resurgence of the Israeli military. Zechariah 12 verse 6. The refocusing of world politics around Israel. Zechariah 12 verse 3. Russian threat to Israel. Ezekiel 38 verse 38 and 39. Arab threat to Israel, Ezekiel 35 and 36. The denial of the second coming, 2 Peter 3 verse 3 to 4. The outpouring of the Holy Spirit, Joel 2 verse 28 to 29. The translation of the Bible into many languages, Matthew 24 verse 14. The preaching of the gospel worldwide, Matthew 24:14. And the understanding of Bible prophecy, Daniel 12 verse 8 to 9. The list can be expanded, it can go on and on, but the above that I've just mentioned should be sufficient to show you we're living in the season of the Lord's return. The Bible's clearly teaching us that God never pours out his wrath without warning, for he is a just and loving God who does not wish that any should perish. 2 Peter 3 verse 9. That's why he's provided so many signs to alert us to the fact that we are living on the threshold of eternity. The tribulation is around the corner. We're literally there, people. You should be watching, even if you're not a watchman or a watchwoman warning the world and shouting out from the rooftops and blowing a shofar. You should be watching for your sake, for your loved ones' sakes. For we are not just in the time or the season or the birth pangs, we are on the very edge. That trumpet could sound right now, and this video might never make it to YouTube. That's how convinced I am of how close we are to the imminent return of Yeshua HaMashiach, the great I Am, who's coming to snatch his bride and take us to a feast, while the world rapidly enters a 7-year period that will never be forgotten, for never was there a time like this and never will there be again. Take your time, start looking and noticing, shake off the cares of this world and this life, the worries and the stresses. Focus on growing in your relationship with the one and only true God. That is all that matters right now, because eternity, brethren, is a long time. And no, you shouldn't be getting right because of fear. You should be getting right because of love and because you know what he did for you on the cross, giving you a chance. Look and watch. This is definite. It's not maybe. It's not a conspiracy. It's not wishful thinking. It's going to happen, and everybody is going to be in shock. And it could happen at any time. Normal is not coming back ever again. Jesus is coming back. Have a great day. I hope I've inspired you to watch and look up and notice what's happening around you, and not live in fear, but in great rejoicing, because the King is coming. Shalom.